Okay, so how did your journey on this regenerative path, how did it start?
I was living in Sydney, had a nutrition and mental health practice in Sydney on the lower North Shore, and was working as a dietitian with people who have eating disorders, particularly anorexia, bulimia and binge eating disorders. And part of the treatment process involves breaking any food rules that someone's developed. And this is very difficult because on the one hand, people have these values around maybe veganism or wanting to eat organic or wanting to eat chemical free, but in the eating disorder treatment we have to go through a process of breaking those rules before the individual's not anxious about food anymore, so that then they can hear their intuition about what they should eat. That's why I wanted to go and figure out what should we be doing. I couldn't really source it. I couldn't find another dietitian within my circles who could give me these answers. So one of my mates wrote a book on sustainable diet. So his name's Scott Gooding, and his mother-in-law is Rachel Ward, and she was doing a documentary about regenerative farming. And I went along to her farm and worked with her farmers and started learning about the process of regenerative farming, and I felt a whole lot of relief. I felt like, wow, there's actually a community out there of people wanting to look after the land and who aren't doing all of these things that I would hear in the media about, that are impacting on the animal and impacting on the climate or the environment. There's people out there doing something that I found, that I thought was really wonderful. And she put me in touch with Martin Royds down at Gillamatong in Braidwood, and I went down there and same thing, just had so much opportunity to learn and to understand about the cycle, the food cycle and the food journey. And that's where my kind of passion started. This is the struggle. How do we provide treatment without introducing more rules? And this is where I think Farming Revolution will come in, because it gives people an option to go and understand more about the food supply and more about the food chain in Australia, so that then they can make informed decisions. And then once there is that kind of resource available of, well, these are the brands that are farming regeneratively, these are the brands that are looking after land, and or these are the clinicians, or these are other people who are also involved, who want to do the same sort of approach, then I really like the idea of, I would feel really safe in being able to encourage patients to look for regeneratively farmed products and food options and food chains and restaurants. And so to still kind of have some rules, but we kind of need some rules.
Yeah.
We can't just have no rules. That's where do we...
Yeah. So turn the negative of the rules into a positive, so that they have
some boundaries, some healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need to have people eating chocolate bars every day for afternoon tea just to break the rule. I think we need to think deeply about, if everyone's looking for a change, what do we want to change it to?
Yeah.
And how do we build something great?
And so what's the connection then? Because eating disorders are a mental health issue.
Yep.
What's that connection then with the food and what they're eating?
Yep.
With how they're feeling?
I think this has many layers. So on the one hand, we know that there's a strong relationship between the gut microbiome and depression, anxiety, mental health. So I think on the one hand, if you're eating a food that's sprayed with glyphosate, and then we know that kills bugs, and you're then putting it into your gut, then that kind of makes sense that it's going to have some impact on brain and mental health. And then I think there's a whole nother layer which you probably understand, particularly from this weekend. So we've met at a women's weekend which is about looking after country, and I think we've both felt a very strong connection to country here, and the satisfaction and kind of contentment that I've experienced through learning to look after country. And particularly I've been living here at Peace Valley for 5 or 6 weeks, and growing your own food and the satisfaction that you get, I think it helps give us purpose and give us a direction in life, which I think when we're cut off from understanding the food journey, then it makes sense to me that we wouldn't have a good relationship with food. Whereas if we start to understand the food journey, then I think we can have a stronger, more positive relationship with food. So I think it's the physiological, and then also, I guess, the just connection in general.